cars, 47s, etc. And then I went to training school in Waterloo in 1987 and became a senior instructor there until 1994 when Royal Railway privatised. And I then didn't have a job. I went to Surrey Police for 11 years, trained their staff on computer systems, the PNC, etc. And then I went back to Basingstoke Training Centre and ran the training centre at Basingstoke South West Training until my retirement in 2009. Yeah. So this is
these things were built to last.
Absolutely.
About 150 years time, that'll still be as good as what it is now, with a bit of oil and.
But look at the pattern on that with people's hands. And
exactly. And the way you drive that, this is what the dead man.
So if you have a problem and you let go, the train.
Right, and so for instance, if that controller's open, or even closed, it doesn't matter. And I have a heart attack or whatever, bang, that goes. The electrics are cut off here, and the brakes go automatically.
And this.
What's a spanner?
Well, that's right. Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. You have to put it back to there. Now this, with your set of keys for that particular unit. So you look at this diagram here.
Oh, I see. So you pick them off everywhere.
Right. So you took these off when you got to Waterloo, for instance, and you closed this isolator valve here, and then you walked up the other edge of the train, and you opened the isolating block there to open the brake system and the control part of the other end of the train.
But it's a spanner.
Yeah,
But it doesn't need a battery. It doesn't need
no,
anything.
and that hung around your neck when you walked up the platform.
Oh, brilliant.
And this is made by the company that made
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
Nice to see the word English for once.
Yeah. Now with
Simulator.
Yeah. On class on the ones at Basingstoke, for instance. We had no. When I was training drivers at Waterloo, we had no simulator. Well, we did have simulators eventually on the class on the networkers, on the southeastern networkers. But prior to that, we took all their trainees out on live trains, and their first driving
Was on a live train.
A live train with passengers in there, although they didn't know that.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked though.
Yeah. It's a beautiful architecture there, you'll just take
I
it.
know what happens.
I'll tell you what, if Spain happens here, we're back to that. You know?
Shoveling.
Except we've got no coal.
That's
right.
No seasonal coal.
Well, we've got plenty of it, they won't let us take it out again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So were you at Effingham when the fire was at? You know, the shed fire that happened?
No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I was only there from 73, 74.
Okay, that's probably a little bit more. So I went to school, I travelled up that Effingham junction line.
Okay.
Went to Guildford.
Thanks very much for your time.
7 years.
Hi, mate.
You were all around with the same time as my dad, Ken Parker.
Ken Parker, my goodness. Yeah.
And that's my uncle.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, he would have been.
Jim was older.
No, he would have been your grandfather.
Oh, is that Jim?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the old man.
Oh, right. Not
Yeah, not young
my
Jim.
dad's brother.
No.
Young Jim. Yeah, unfortunately they're all gone.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll come down.
Ken was the nicest.
Oh, was he?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to hear that, yeah.
Yeah.
I come down and thought, there might be a photograph.
Yeah.
So,
I
nothing.
wish we had a photograph of
Yeah,
Ken.
yeah.
We've got a photograph of young Jim,
Yeah.
your uncle,
Yeah.
and the old man. That's the only photograph I've got, the old man. But and Ken, because Ken left and went to work with Sandy Ratcliffe,
That's it.
and I was mates with Sandy Ratcliffe's son.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Hello, how you doing? All right. Good. Right, got a great lot of people through here.
Yeah.
We're at 147 now. That includes yesterday as well.
Is it the same?
Yes.
And breakfast? Different bank.
That's about the only thing you see.
Oh, I don't know.
The museum seems to.
It's really nice to see you.
I'll get to the
Yeah.
Oh, there's too many of them, aren't there?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. But your uncle, Geoff, that's a long time. They can talk with glass either.
Yeah, you can see
Of course, there's not a lot of people down here to do something.
That goes in the family.
It'll take quite a while for Geoff
A few people have got little yak.
together anyway. And you think it'd be nice if you could go for a bit longer, but anyway, it's one of those things, you know, we're doing other stuff.
Oh,
But